Good morning, everyone. I am hopping on this morning. Thank you, Jen, for letting me come into this safe space and share my story today. I am really excited to be more involved in this group and show up and just hope to offer you guys some really amazing things. So let me introduce myself. I've got Facebook over here and I've got Instagram over here. So I'm going to be hopping back and forth, but I am so glad to be here on both cameras and just be ready to go on a little roller coaster with me because I cannot promise you what this will look like. I can't guarantee anything here, but I am, let me tell you who I am. So I am Sarah and I am a mama of 4. Busy mom. I am an unschooler, so that means I have my children at home. And hi, Dave. I have my children at home, and we follow their curiosities and let them learn whatever they're interested in. So they're hanging out with Grandma right now at the park so that I can have this nice, quiet, safe space to share. I also am a doTERRA Silver Leader, love my essential oils, and I am an EFT, whoops, I still got you guys? Okay, had a phone call. I am an EFT tapping practitioner, and yeah, so I grew up in Sweden. So here's the thing, I have tons of stories. I really do have tons of stories. For one, I grew up in Sweden, like I said, and had to move to United States, Florida of all places, when I was 16. So that's a story. I have 4 kids, and including a set of twins. That's a whole other story. And another thing about me is I have, when my oldest was 6, she had terrible anxiety, and I helped her with essential oils and meditation and things like that to overcome that. So that's another story. But today, I'm going to be sharing a story that is probably the most powerful one, and it's something that I'm in the middle of right now. And this story is who I don't know, this story has transformed everything about me, a lot of things about me. And I want to share it because I have understood that sharing your story can really, really help other people. And so I want to say thank you for letting me have a safe space to share. So, I heard this little training from Gabby Bernstein the other day, and it was talking about sharing your story and just telling anyone who wants to listen to your story, because our stories turn into our passion, and our passions turn into our profession. And there is so many more people out there suffering than there are healing. And so it's really important that we show up and share our stories to help a lot of people. And so I'm going to get brave and I'm going to do that today. So my story, this particular one, started 2.5 years ago when my sister was diagnosed with breast cancer. Triple negative breast cancer, out of nowhere, you guys. Completely out of nowhere. Hi, Laura Bug. She is younger than me, so she was 32 years old. It threw all of us on this huge loop. First, we were like confused and overwhelmed and heartbroken, right? Well, then they decided to do this genetic testing, and we didn't think anything was going to come out of this genetic testing. We don't have any cancer in our family. But turns out she had the BRCA1, which is also known as the Angelina Jolie gene. It's a mutation that gives you a really high percentage of breast and ovarian cancer, like 87% of breast cancer chance in your lifetime, and about 56 or something like that of ovarian cancer in your lifetime. Those numbers are huge. That's really big. My sister was so young, you guys, so young. It should never have happened. But what happened is that this is mutation that you get passed down from your parents. And so it started this ripple effect of everybody having sorry again, I had another phone call. So my dad, turns out he's a carrier. My brother is totally fine. He does not have the BRCA1, but I do. So here we are, two sisters, both with the BRCA1 mutation, one fighting for her life, and the other one saving hers. And that would be me. So we already were having a kind of a tough relationship where we would be fine for a few months and then have a big blowout. And can you just imagine how something this big just separated us so much more, to the point where she didn't want to let me in, and she didn't allow me to be there for her. Sorry guys, I told you this was gonna happen. She couldn't handle having me around because it was too much for her to see me thrive. And she told me that she didn't have any energy to support me. And I completely understood that. She needed all of her energy to get healthy, all of it. So I took that and said, okay, if me being around you bothers you and hurts you, then I'm going to stay away. So I showed up when she needed me, and I stayed away when it got too much. Well, I had to, at the same time as she was doing surgeries and chemo, I had to start my own. But now I was numb and alone, and I had to make decisions. And the decisions I made, I had to make them quick. And some of them were based off of fear, which I've learned, you shouldn't make any decisions based off of fear. You should make decisions based on love. But I had to do something. And the other thing I was thinking was, how dare I not do something about this when my sister would have done anything in her power just to not have to be in this situation. So I owed it to her. So here I am. I'm a mom of 4. I am breastfeeding. So the suggestion that the genetic counselor and the nurse told me was, we can screen you every 6 months. And because you're nursing, that lowers your risk already of breast cancer. Well, I'm sorry, but that did not sit very well with me at all, because first of all, my sister is 4 years younger and was nursing. So that gave me absolutely no comfort whatsoever. And who wants to get screened every 6 months and just wait for it to show up? For me, it didn't work. For some, it might work great, but for me, it didn't. It didn't sit well. I'm an anxious person as it is, and I wasn't able to do that. So I decided to do the double mastectomy. And I did this double mastectomy 6 months after I found out about the gene. So it was actually almost 2 years ago in June, at the end of June. Hi, Jen. Decided to do this double mastectomy. Thanks for hopping on, love. And I have to tell you guys, going through a major surgery that is basically amputating your healthy body parts, stopping to nurse your baby who was going to be your nursing baby forever and ever, because he was the only one that I was able to nurse, and I was going to let him do forever. It's the first time I was comfortable in public nursing. It was the first time it actually worked out for us. And now I had to take these body parts off of me that was giving my baby nourishment, and it was hard. Okay, so like physically extremely hard to heal, emotionally probably 10 times worse to heal from. And then I was thinking, who am I to complain though? Here is my sister. We're on this parallel track on opposite sides, right? She's fighting for her life. I'm saving mine. So much pain, so much guilt. And I'm having, how can I even complain about this, right? How can I even complain? Because she is in a situation nobody wants to be in. And because of her, we knew about this gene, and now I can save my life. And it goes even further than that, you guys. Because I have the gene and I have 4 children, I can be on top of their genetics in the next few years as we move forward. So she's given everybody the heads up. So I do the surgery, and, you know, I'm about to burst inside because I'm one of those people that share my tools. Like, I had done oils already for 3 years prior to this. It's almost 5 years now. I've done, you know, so I hung on to my oils. You guys, they were my comfort as far as emotions. It was the only way I could sit down and meditate, the only way I could calm myself down. It was the only way that I felt like I can make safe decisions for my cells. Like, I started using essential oils that helped with the antioxidants and the cell support and the free radicals, right? I started using immunity boost oils like On Guard so that I could boost my immunity. I became completely like psychotic about running because one of my sister's things as we move through her journey here in like her 2-year journey, her cancer actually spread to her lungs and her brain and her spine, and she had a hard time breathing. And so for me, I don't know, she was on oxygen and she ate blueberries and she did all these amazing things to get the oxygen back, to get the oxygen flow, because we all know that cancer does not thrive in a high oxygen environment. So running became my therapy and my comfort. The food I ate, same thing. I ate mostly raw vegan food and nutrition shakes, and that gave me comfort through this journey. If I took care of my nutrition, if I took care of my workouts and my oxygen level, if I took care of myself holistically with cellular support and emotional support, if I did all the surgeries to prevent cancer, I was going to be okay. And I still hold on to those things for dear life. And I pass it down to my kids, right? I make sure they do all these things as well, the best I can. They're kids, so they're not really listening to me, but they rather have sugar, right? Don't eat sugar. Anyway, so here I am. I'm trying to hold on. I can't, you know, and so then I was like, maybe if I share my story, maybe if I tell somebody, maybe if I can just share and be an inspiration and just be the light, right? That could help me and it can help other people. So I decided to put this post together, and, you know, I had warned my sister about it because she's a very private person. She actually didn't want anyone to know about her journey at all. She was very quiet about it. And I'm the opposite. I just want to tell people so that I can be helpful. So I put this post together, and it was quite on the positive, inspirational, and gratitude. And you guys, I don't think I've done anything worse than that post when it came to for my sister, right? I felt like I needed to get things off my chest, and she took it as probably one of the most horrible things I've ever done, because she was hurting so bad from the fact that I was able to prevent while she was fighting. And I get that. You know, I get that. So I went into, you know, she got so upset that I had to shut everything down. I stopped talking to a lot of my friends. I was, you know, not going to share anything else on Facebook or Instagram because it was just too much. And I became really quiet, and my journey became really lonely. And my husband can only handle so much, you know? Poor thing. And my mom and my dad, I can't even imagine what it's like to have one daughter fighting and one daughter saving herself at the same time. One's thriving, one's fading. So my poor parents, all their focus was pretty much on my sister, and it should be, and it should have been, and it absolutely needed to be. Had we known we were only going to have 2 years left with her. And so anyway, so I, even more than before, my tools became the only thing I could hang on to. And my sister still wasn't letting me in very much. I was able to come around sometimes, and then she got too much, she pushed me away. And I just had to be okay with that, even though it hurt. So Jen Kohler, sweet Jen Kohler, said to me that I needed some sort of outlet, that I needed to get these emotions out. So she told me about EFT tapping and told me that it was the safe, gentle way of interrupting your fight or flight responses in your brain and gently and safely actually remove trauma, big emotions, all these things, right? I should have brought tissues over here. Gosh, sorry that I'm like a complete mess, you guys. There's no warnings for these kind of big emotions. This happens to me a lot. So, anyways, she introduced me to this amazing person who did 10 weeks of tapping with me, and it changed my life, you guys. With the stuff I was already doing, all the things that I was already holding on to for dear life, you add this another amazing self-help tool like EFT tapping, where you are allowed to feel all the feels. I was allowed to feel. She gave me a safe space to feel like crap, to have guilt, to feel sorry for myself, because this is not easy to do as a healthy person, to prevent an 87% chance of breast cancer by amputating your breasts, replacing them with fake ones. I was angry. I was grieving my own crap, you know? And, you know, I had worries like, I'm always going to have to choose health somehow every single day, because there's always that gene. It's always there. I can do everything possibly surgically. I can remove my breasts. I can, you know, I took out my ovaries, my tubes, my cervix, and my uterus. I don't even feel it. I'm not even sure I'm a girl anymore, you guys. I was worried about my husband. I was worried about, you know, we've been together since I was 17 years old. We had our, you know, routines. We had the way things were, and, you know, our comfort with each other. And now that was about to change like that. I'm supposed to lose everything that was part of intimacy and replace it with these silicone blobs. And hi guys. And replacing them with these silicone things that don't even feel like my body. I was upset. I had a lot of emotions that I had to get out, that I had pushed away, saying, it's not a big deal, Sarah. Just get through it, because you have nothing to complain about. You get to choose health. Well, it was still hard, you guys. I'm still not used to these things. And, you know, I still feel like people look at me and probably say, wow, she, you know, look at her with her boob job. It's not a boob job, guys. It's an amputation. And it's a big deal, yeah. It's a big deal. So anyway, so EFT tapping became another one of my amazing tools. I'm all about tools. You're going to learn this about me if you don't already know. I pick them up and I'm like, ooh, let's add that one to my toolbox. I'm so excited. And then I'm like, I got to tell everybody about it. So Jen, you've taught me so many things, like the gratitude journaling and the pray-rain journaling. I still do that. So I just had to learn how to do EFT. So I went and got a training. And my intentions with that training was, number one, share it with my kids, right? Because I have a kiddo with anxiety. Big emotion kids. Spirited kids. Conscious kids, okay? Big emotions. So I was going to learn this, and I was going to use it on myself, and I was going to become an expert on this, just like with the oils. And I wanted to have clients, and I did have a few clients, and then my sister got sicker. And I was no longer able to hold space for people, because how do you tap with someone who's going through a major something when you yourself are sitting on a big thing for yourself and for your sister? So I had to stop. And I just took all my tools and I hoarded them, and I took them and they were all mine. And I used them for myself. And I didn't tell a lot of people about it. It was just my own way. Like, I'll still now, after losing my sister, I still now have anxiety in the middle of the night, where I have to absolutely go and grab my peace oil, my console, and I sit in the bed and I tap for 20 minutes or so. And then I go to bed. I don't know what I would do without these tools through this journey. I don't. And I know that this is the story I need to share, because I know I'm not alone. Even though if your story's not like mine and it has nothing to do with a sister or cancer, we all have big emotions and we all have struggles, and we all need to just love on each other a little harder and be allowed to share, to feel all the feels and process it, and to do it in such a natural way where you're getting plant magic and you're using your own fingers to tap on yourself where these energy meridians are, so you can tell the brain, like, hey, don't do this fight or flight thing, just like release. It's okay, it's safe. I call these tools safe tools all the time. People who talk to me, they'll often hear me say that I have a safe protocol. I'm not sick. I do not have cancer. But I still gotta choose health every single day, and so do you. So do you. And with a genetic mutation or not, you gotta show up for your life every day, right? We gotta choose life. This is the one chance you got that you're gonna remember anyways. And there are so many tools out there. And so this story for me is about having an experience where I have had to hold on to these tools like there were nothing else, and let them help me make it through. I'm gonna put some rose on. I'm gonna put some rose on as I'm sitting here, like right next to all my oils, forgetting to use them. I know that I went through this story because I'm supposed to share it. I'm supposed to tell you guys about it. And I'm so thankful that you guys are all listening to me. Thank you so much for all the love. Like, I would read, but I can't see anything. So anyway, so I wanted to say, I'm ready to hold space again. I might not look like I'm ready to hold space again, but I really do feel really good. I've come a long way. And it's not about me anymore. I think that's where I'm at. I've done so much work internally and externally and with my family that I have done, and not enough, but I'm at the point where I can do me and I can do somebody else, other people, because it's not about me anymore. And I think that's the only way I'm able to show up here and cry in front of you guys, is because it's not about me anymore. Yes, it's about me. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, like, I'm ready to hold space. So I'm going to be showing up in this group, and I'm going to give you guys essential oils, EFT, whatever you want. I'm ready to hold that space. And for you guys too, just reach out to me if you guys need anything, because I'm ready to pass this on. I'm ready to love on other people, because my story has turned into my passion, and my passion is turning into my profession. And I know I'm meant to show up and share this story, and it's going to be hard every single time, but I'm going to do it anyways, because it's not about me only anymore. And I miss my sister every day. And she should be here, you know? But I also know that even though she was really upset at me for wanting to share earlier when she was in pain, I had an amazing meditation right after she passed in January that I had the strongest feeling ever that she was saying, now go. Now you share. Now it's safe. Now I got your back. And I believe it. So, my sister has my back, you guys. And I have had to hold on to these tools for dear life to make it through. I'm sorry I'm a boogery mess. Anyways, I am gonna hop off and do some EFT tapping and get this stuff out of my system. But thank you for being here and listening to me. I'm gonna read all your comments and I'm gonna answer. I promise, but you guys are gonna see a lot more of me in this group. I'm gonna show up. Jen is so sweet to welcome me into this safe space. Instagram, thank you for always being a safe space too. I love you guys, and if you have any questions, just send me a message. I'm here for you guys. Like I said, I'm doing the oils, I'm doing the EFT tapping, and I'm ready to hold space for you, for whatever your needs are. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Okay, I'll see you guys later. And thank you guys in this group so much for loving on me. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm just gonna peek through a little bit. Oh, thanks, Jen. I know I am brave, but it's because it's not about me anymore. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you guys. Okay, so thank you guys so much for being tuning in and allowing me this really safe space to share. And you're gonna see a lot more of me, but hopefully not like this every time. But if you have things that you would like to tap on, if we can I would love to show up on here Tuesdays at 10, and a lot of the time we'll maybe do a little tapping session together. So maybe if you guys have some ideas of what you'd like to tap on, maybe I can put up another post and you guys can let me know, and I would love to do that with you guys. And yeah, so thanks guys. Have an awesome day. I'm gonna oil up and tap this and go blow my nose. Okay, bye guys.